Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Brick shots with Billy Antonio. For 50 more bricks. All that like a with all these bricks. Welcome back, man. It's episode 154 of Brick Shots. Tonio's back. Chris is walking his way into the screen
with 50 more bricks. There we go.
Hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Usually it's a countdown, and I got time to go get some cold beers, man. You just went right into the fucking intro song.
Oh yeah, Chris, because you haven't been here in 10 months. But no, we're straight live now. Every week is live. Welcome in everybody. This Super Bowl. We're gonna talk about the halftime show. Tonio's not excited to talk about it. We're gonna talk about how the NBA trade deadline is kind of panning out as of right now. Jimmy Butler just got his jersey today. We'll probably cover into the Travis Kelce retiring, Kellen Moore to New Orleans. KD hits 30,000 points. Aaron Rodgers looks like he's out of New York. But first, I'm going to give the shouts out to Tonio for the best score. He had Kansas City 17, Philadelphia 28. That was way closer than me and Chris, but I do want to give a caveat to that. I only picked the Chiefs because my picks are so bad. I just wanted the Chiefs to lose, so I needed to pick them to make sure that's how it was going to go. But Tonio, let's talk about the game. Go ahead. What did you watch?
I watched what I said, Billy. I come on here and I just try to, I'm a student of the game, dog. I come on here, I try to be like Pat Mahomes Sr. I try not to be drunk, but that's who I am on the day.
Shout out John Rocker.
But that's
shit.
That's where that's where I was at, Billy. But I told you what it was gonna be, Billy. Matter of fact, I told you last week. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I think defensively is where the Eagles give them boys some problems, especially on that defensive line. I think they get a lot of pressure on Pat Mahomes, and that defensive line gonna be super aggressive. And that's what's gonna make the difference again, like it did last week or 2 weeks ago.
Okay, what's your 100%? You were spot on.
I told you, Billy. We seen it. The Bills kind of showed you that you can get back here. They really can't block for Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
So you can get back here, and then they completely had Pacheco and Kareem Hunt in hell. Like, I think at one point,
I don't even think they attempted to run the ball either.
Kareem Hunt had 11. At one point, Kareem Hunt had 11 rushes for 11 yards. They were trying to run the ball. They just couldn't run the fucking ball.
Yeah.
The defense on both sides at first. Not on both sides at first, because the Eagles kind of doing what they want. They just had a couple miscues that kind of stopped them. Now, run defense wise, they were on Saquon's ass. I ain't gonna lie. The Chiefs were on Saquon's ass, but then what's his name would get in. Who's the backup for Saquon? Gainwell would get in and have his way. It's really, really, really weird. Really weird how that was working. But it was super interesting how
appreciate the one viewer. What did you guys think of the game?
Super interesting how that was going on. I don't know. Chris, what you think? I need to get us some more people in here, Billy. Chris, tell me your breakdown of the game. I got videos of how I break it down. Give me a second.
The game really came down to not being able to fucking complete a drop back to throw the ball. Your prediction last week, like Billy said, was spot on. I don't even think Philadelphia rushed. Like, anytime they showed a replay, I was counting the linemen or just the people that was running into the backfield in general. I say linemen because that's all I ever saw was just the four down linemen.
So, Chris,
And they were what's
I
up?
got a stat for you real fast. They are the first team to blitz less than 12% in the whole playoffs and win a Super Bowl. They're the third team to not blitz one time in the Super Bowl and win.
Yeah, that sounds accurate. And it's crazy the amount of pressure that they got without sending any extra help, and that's what the game came down to. It's hard enough. Like, I've never played quarterback, but just I understand that if you're sped up and doing anything, like not just throwing the football, just anything in general in life, if you got to do shit faster than you want to do it, chances are you're not going to be as successful as you would like to be. And I think playing quarterback, where generally you want to be done with that ball in 3 to 4 seconds tops, and you got a lineman in your face before you can even complete your drop back, like that's going to create issues. And on top of that, if you're only having to put your 4 linemen in the backfield to apply pressure, that means you got 7 people in coverage. So on top of not having any time, you got 7 guys covering 5 guys.
Yeah.
And if the idea is, okay, well, let's make an adjustment. Let's have an extra blocker. So now you're going to have 6 guys blocking 4 guys. 5 guys couldn't even block 4 of them. It was usually 2 or 3 that was on Mahomes making a play in the backfield. So having an extra blocker, I don't think would have even helped anyway adjustment-wise. But just say you did, now you got 4 people out running routes, and you're still going up against 7 defenders. Like, that's basically double coverage on every single fucking receiver that you would send out on a route. Yeah, like, it was a personnel mismatch from start to finish. And I think, this Philly defense, we didn't see this in the regular season, especially with that front 7, but mainly that front 4. And then it's like they flipped another switch in the playoffs, and it seemed like they got better and better every single round. I mean, if this is how dominant that D-line is going to be for all 17 games, like Philly could very easily go undefeated.
Jesus Christ. Already calling it undefeated season.
I do think defensively it was a great game for both teams. I know if you look at the final score, you see that 40 number by Philly. But if you want to break that down a little bit, 7 of those points was on a pick 6 by Mahomes. Another touchdown came off an interception that put the Eagles right in the red zone on like the 10 or 15-yard line that they got a touchdown off of.
Yep. And
then that fumble that was, I think, pretty close to the red zone, Philly got a field goal out of that. So that Mahomes gave up 17 points himself.
Yep.
The Chiefs' defense only gave up 23, and they shut Saquon down, who's, the most dominant running back we've seen since Derrick Henry got robbed of MVP, as Tonio likes to say.
Probably he did get robbed of MVP, but yes.
That's what he did.
The game was entertaining in points, but it was far from the most enjoyable Super Bowl. Like most of that second half, I wasn't really paying attention. Hopefully we can put the refs cheating for the Eagle or the Chiefs shit to rest, because the few big plays the Chiefs did get in that game, there was some laundry on the field, and it was to overturn it. So the few moments that the Chiefs actually looked competent, they were all called back by penalties. I don't know where the Chiefs go from here. Like, even with Mahomes, with any quarterback, you have to be able to protect them. We'll talk about the Kelce shit later, but they already have a shortage of weapons. If Kelce's gone, even though he didn't look great in this postseason run, that's going to make things hard for Mahomes as is. And then you factor in they don't have a left tackle. Like, they had their guard playing tackle for pretty much the whole playoffs, I believe. They got a lot of holes to fill. So I think their run of dominance in general might be over. I don't think it'll be a 10-year gap like the Patriots had between Super Bowls, but I do think they're in for a 2 or 3 year little retooling coming up. I think Philly is going to be in play for this game for the next half decade. Their most important pieces on both sides of the ball are all really young, and Hurt, Saquon, and their D-line led by Jalen. Their 2 corners that they drafted, and DeJean, and I don't remember the other guy. I think it's another white, though.
No,
Shout out
he's
to the
not.
White
Blankenship's
Sox.
a safety.
Mitchell is definitely not white. Come on.
Hey, I'm trying to give
I
my
get
people credit, man. That's
I
all.
give him the credit where credit due, but come on.
We don't have many
Uh,
white DBs, so
Yeah, not at
The one
all.
we got has a
it
pick
was a-
6 in the Super Bowl. So
on his fucking birthday. But fuck
DEI.
him. He's an Eagle.
DEI, Antonio, that's DEI at work right there.
DEICB.
But
Yeah, that was my take on the game.
But-
Hopefully I filled up enough time for you, Tonio.
you did. I got everything I needed to get out of there. But Billy, like I told you, that defensive line was like Chris said. I agree with Chris. You speed them up. I don't care if it's Brady. I don't care who it is.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty hard, bro. And when they make videos like this, Billy, putting these people, when you get this sound added to anything going to you, getting hit like this, Billy, it's pretty much curtains for you.
Oh, is this?
You know what you did, Shay?
Oh, oh my God. Sharky.
Top
That
notch.
was a killer hit.
Billy,
Hey, welcome to the 3 people. Hey, to the 3 cats that are joining us. Just let us know how you guys took the game and what you guys seen.
Billy, when you get smacked around like that, man, running for your life, and then it's one play I ain't put up with it because, like Chris just said, Travis Kelce, I wasn't there, but when he started seeing them getting their ass whooped, he knew he wasn't gonna propose to Taylor. He just stopped playing. Like it was one play where Pat Mahomes scrambling for his life. Travis just sitting there like, he ain't put his hand on nobody, ain't do shit. He just sitting there like, hey, I could do what I normally do and just roll over and just be open, but nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm just gonna sit
He had
here.
a couple of drops too, if I remember right.
He did. The worst one, and I think this is what killed them all, is when DeAndre Hopkins dropped that one and Chris Jones
my
fell to
God.
his knees on the sideline and they caught it. And I knew it was clamps, bro. But I think
That
we
was
gotta
was right before halftime too. That would have got them some
Yeah.
momentum going into the half, and that killed them.
And I don't know, bro. I don't know if it was the lights, was the pass off, was like what happened, Billy? What happened right there?
I don't know.
Because the pass, like in my head, I'm like, bro, was the pass a little behind them? It looked like it might have been a little behind them.
Yeah.
He was running faster than Pat Mahomes thought. Like, hey, maybe Pat thought he was slower than because he's older, but it felt like he tried to slow down and catch it, tripped over his feet, dropped it. I don't know. It looked funky. Like the whole play looked funky. And when you see shit like that, it's just like, But this dude got a commercial, Billy, and Chris didn't like it, but I think, you got to give praises to this dude because this is second. If I'm not mistaken, this is the second time he outplayed Pat in the Super Bowl, bro. If I ain't mistaken.
Yeah.
Hate that you said he wasn't a top 10 quarterback? Hate that you said he couldn't throw the ball? Hate that he got over when push came to shove? Hate that he always say the right thing?
Money is nice, championships are better.
Hate that in your all-knowing, armchair wisdom, you were sure he'd come up short. Hate that you got it wrong?
I ain't gonna lie, Billy. Chris don't like it, but this is a perfect commercial. First of all, Teddy Pendergrass,
Great song.
Chef's Kiss.
Yeah.
Chef's Kiss. Love TKO. Second of all, bro, Jalen Hurts easily can be face of the league, dog. Cause he marketable. Like, bro, don't say the wrong shit ever. Like, money is good, championships are better. What owner don't want to hear some shit like that? Like, hey, this dude just said, bro, just want to win. We already seen it, Billy. Like, and I know Chris don't watch it, but we do. So I'm gonna bring in Jalen Hurts, 26-2 as a starter at Alabama as a freshman. That's unheard of. You just don't go to Alabama, start and win like that.
Yeah.
No matter who he is. Like you wait your turn there. I know the teams are stacked, but to be the leader and to be one of the main reasons why those teams win, that's a little hard.
You get benched in the national championship game, then they bring you the next year. You got to go win this for us. And what does he do? Win it for you.
Just go win it.
Yep.
and then you getting your ass whooped first half of the Natty, and he bring you closer to coming back in the second half.
Yep.
You give him a shot, who knows what happened. But instead, he don't talk shit about Tua after he leave. None of that. Like, he just take it as a champ.
To East Houston, that's right. He is Dre. What's up, Dre?
What up, Dre?
Wait, he's not from Katy, is he, Dre? I don't think it's Katy, right? I fucking hate Katy though. Just to throw that out there.
And what the fuck she ever do to you?
Beat us in the playoffs.
Bro, just a chill, laid back dude, bro. Like I like Jalen Hurts. I just go to Oklahoma, get his passing down better, and then he did exactly.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, okay. I can fuck with Channel View.
Last week, right? And I know he listened. I know he studied. This is what he did, right? Last week, Brady had his game, or 2 weeks ago, Brady had his game, and this is what I like about Jalen Hurts. AJ Brown had a couple one-on-one. Brady was like, you gotta let that go right then. It's AJ Brown one-on-one by itself. What we see him do in the Super Bowl, AJ Brown one-on-one. The first one, pass interference, cool. They call it.
Yep.
Second one, back shoulder. I'm still one-on-one, and we're gonna go to that. And they went to that. Oh,
yeah.
Boom. Devontae Smith, one-on-one, right there, touchdown. Studying, Billy, like he just getting better. So it's hard not to like him, Billy. And they trying to ban a tush push because he run it perfectly. And a lot of teams could adapt it, but they can't run it as well because they not everybody quarterback ain't out here squatting 500 pounds. Like everybody in the weight room like that, man. So and on a night where he had to show up, Billy, because like Chris just said, you can't shit on the Chiefs all the way because Saquon was in hell.
Yeah,
they had Saquon in hell. So you couldn't lean. He couldn't lean on Saquon. Like you wanted to be a game where you can be like the game plan. We're gonna get a ball, Saquon. I'll come in and save you. No, he had to immediately come in and start saving you from quarter 1 through 2 because it was over. It was over at halftime.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, I think there's a lot to be said. Saquon Barkley, 25 carries for 57 yards. You look at the stat sheet, and I think a lot of people are gonna read into it or was it 15 or 25? I wrote down 25, but I don't think it was that high. But regardless, I think looking at it, and this we'll get into the Kellen Moore thing later, but at the same time, I think it was great how he did not stop running the ball. Like, okay, you want to sell out to stop Saquon? We're still going to try to run. We're going to see what he can do. There was an 8-yard scamper Saquon had. There was another 6-yard one. Both of those for first downs. And what do we say, Tonio? Hey, give me a couple carries and let me get the first down. But if you can get me that one quick first down with Jalen Hurts going 17 of 22 for 221 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did have that early pick, but I don't think it was as big a deal as a lot of people were saying. I think this Eagles team, like you guys said, I'm not going to disagree with anything that you guys said. I think Chris was on the money by saying this Eagles team can sit around here and probably be in this position for the good long haul for the future. Tonio, I'm going to go to the draft from last year. Oh, okay, you're muted, but I'm going to go to the draft from last year when we were talking about this Eagles team. Excuse me. When we were saying how last year all they needed was some defensive back help, right, Chris? We even said the Commanders are going to be better this year. But with Philly, we were like, okay, so what did they do? They literally went out. It was the show after the draft, Chris, and we said, oh, my God, Philly literally just needed one position, and that's what the fuck they went to go get. And
wasn't Big Play Slay their number 1 corner last year?
Yeah, but I believe he was hurt towards the end. That's why that skid kind of happened.
I mean, they were bad earlier in the year, but I brought that up to say medium play Slay is now their number 3 corner, which is where he should be at this point in his career.
My fault. Shout out to Mon Dukes. She called. She said, "Have a good show."
Hey, Mom. Sorry. No. Yeah, and with that, I think it's a lot to be said for that Eagles offensive line. I think you guys talked great about the skill guys, the corners, and who did it well, especially Jalen Hurts. And we talked about Saquon. But that offensive line, there was a lot of blitz packages they picked up. What's up, Chris?
It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
And they weren't even at 100%, which is crazy because the right guard, he was hurt most of the Super Bowl. He was hurt,
Yeah.
so they were plug and playing during the Super Bowl, and he came back in, and I was like, in my head, Billy, like, because so a lot of people, I get it because they making millions, cool,
Yeah.
I get it, but Super Bowl, bro, in my head, I'm like, dog, I might never get here again. It's a Super Bowl. I'm playing. And that's me. That's just me in my head. That's my mentality. Everybody's mentality wasn't like that. But then I look up, guess who back on the field? Because on your side of the line, dog, you got Chris Jones. So you just putting fresh meat out there. I don't care who you are. Like, it's Chris Jones, bro. So I with him getting back in, that just showed me how much he wanted. And that meant something. Because on that 8-yard scamper, he got back in the game. So that's when Saquon got his to the joint. Like, so I'm just, when Gainwell was getting his traction, he was back there. So it was the Eagles. I'm with Chris. The Eagles got the potential to be good. I got a little joke before we get back to the Super Bowl because there was one person that said that they were also really, really good.
Fucking idiot.
I feel like we confuse the Eagles and beat them for the most part when we play them. Those guys are holding the trophy right
I
now.
mean, you did back when Zeke was in his prime and the Eagles didn't have the best offensive and defensive line. That shit, that's done now.
Oh, man. Hey, in my head, I feel like Jerry Jones text Dak and be like, say something right now. Just say, right now. Get us back relevant right now. Eagles just won. I thought the Chiefs was going to beat them, but they didn't. Say something. And he said it, bro. Dog.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck. But Billy, let me ask you something. Chris was saying it. Chris always wrong about quarterbacks. Like
true.
always. But he might not have been wrong about this dude, but the next GOAT in line had a real subpar performance in the Super Bowl. And
Yes.
I know he ain't have a good offensive line, but
no excuses.
damn.
If it was Lamar Jackson, no one would give him any excuses.
Yeah.
Especially on a like that.
He did. And it's interesting that we bring up the GOAT conversation. Especially Super Bowl, like
What they can.
so I just, dude.
Is that a real
Now
stat?
I know that's real. Now I know it's a 10, and I don't care about that top number, right? Like the 21 touchdowns in 10, but I do care about that bottom number.
Lamar
Because in
can't give
10,
any excuses.
what do you say?
He hasn't been there. Go ahead, Tony. Keep going.
I do see the 10, but in 5, you done out threw me in interceptions already, dog. Like already. That
For
what we at?
comparison's sake, it was 9 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in Brady's first 5. Also, let's not act like Tom Brady wasn't treated like a game manager in that first three-peat.
Hey, Chris,
They never did a three-peat, Chris.
I mean the first 3 out of 4, whatever, their first dynasty.
I'm hearing excuses, Chris. That's what I'm hearing. I just see 7 interceptions in 5, dog. And this is the second time we done seen him perform subpar. Even when we lost to the Eagles, Tom Brady put up 400 and some yards. Like he was putting up. Yeah, he dropped the ball. That's the worst shit you can say. The quarterback dropped the ball. The quarterback dropped the ball. Yeah, knock on him for dropping the ball, but goddamn, maybe Andy Reid should have had him out there fucking catching. Maybe Pat Mahomes should try to catch the ball. He damn sure wasn't throwing that bitch well.
I don't know. We saw Detroit decide to put a non-quarterback out there to throw the ball with their game on the line, and we saw how that ended up with them.
That's true, Chris.
Fuck you,
That's
Matt. Fuck you,
a
Christian.
good pull. That was a good pull.
Well,
Just
shit.
wanna poke y'all a little bit.
Chris, goddamn, wasn't nothing else they were doing working. They might as well.
Yeah, you missed the whole time we glazed over the Eagles for about 40 minutes.
Bro, they basically had Zeke Elliott against fucking the Packers playing offensive line.
Don't bring your drunk ass in here late. Talk about the winners. You late, bro. It's a 25 fucking minutes, Cam. 25 minutes we talking about the Eagles, bro.
Did y'all miss that? Because I felt like that shit was funny.
What's that?
What happened?
I said the Chiefs basically ran out their 5 Ezekiel Elliott's against the Packers.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that play? One down lineman is Zeke. He just fucking stood up and got rolled over. That's what the Chiefs O-line looked like that whole fucking game.
I know I'm not for that, but like, what was he supposed to do? Like, I remember that play. He looks around like,
I don't know. I just thought that shit was a funny comparison. I'm not gonna make excuses for Mahomes when you're considered the best player in the world, and in that GOAT conversation, like you lose the ability to have those excuses. You're paid the big bucks. You are the best at that position in the league, and you are being compared to Tom Brady, who is the best to ever play the game. Like, you got to make shit happen. And you made nothing happen for the first time in his career. He had his worst game of the season in the most important game of the season. So,
yeah, Brady,
I give Lamar the same shit for that. I'm going to give Mahomes the same shit for that. Like, that if you're at that level, that cannot happen.
Shout out to fuck the Chiefs, but shout out to Xavier Worthy and his mom, especially his mom. Shout out to Xavier Worthy's mom.
Yeah, he had 8 catches. Excuse me. I was gonna say because I know no one else is, but like we said, we crushed Patrick Mahomes. That was god awful. Bray even said to me, she was like, "Oh well, they almost came back. Is that why you guys were getting excited?" And I was like, "No." That was
oh my god, she would love watching Cowboys games then, because that's what those fans love to say. Oh, we almost came back. It was fucking 100-3, and the final score was 100-72. Fuck out of here.
But
empty calories. He had like 14 yards and 13 interceptions when the game mattered. I don't give a fuck about those touchdowns in the fourth.
So I will say though, Patrick Mahomes did say at the end of the game, he was like, "This is my fault. We suck. I fucked up. I'm the worst quarterback of all time." It was great. It was great to see. But I will say, I think it is pretty crazy. So when the Eagles traded Carson Wentz to the Colts, they ended up getting a 3rd and a 1st-round pick for 2022. Those picks, Howie Roseman made, ended up getting A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Carter, and Cooper DeJean.
Man, if the Mavericks would have made that trade, they would have got 2 7s and a bag of half-eaten stale Lay's potato chips.
That's pretty much what they got anyway. But I was going to bring it up, Tony. I know you weren't thrilled about the halftime show, but I will say there was a couple things that I've seen of it's the white guys not understanding the halftime show, and you are the first black person that said that you didn't like it. Why didn't you like it?
It was ass. It didn't move me.
In what way?
The shit is stunk. That's the way.
You're just saying in general.
I'm so sick of people telling me about the messages. Got it. It was
messages.
Let
them get into it, Billy.
Cool. I seen it. I get it. Everybody telling me shit went over my head. Shout out to Cam for telling me that a motherfucker that was in special ed that didn't get a degree told him he missed the message. How a motherfucker that didn't even show up for class gonna tell me a message went over my head?
Damn, Cam.
No, Cam said a motherfucker tried to tell him that. Cam ain't the motherfucker in SPED. The person in SPED tried to tell him that.
Oh.
Nigga probably spelled a word wrong on Facebook while typing the status. How the fuck you gonna tell me I'm missing the message, bro? Get the fuck out of here. That whole message shit, bro, I don't care, bro. And it ain't about Not Like Us. Like I told you, I ain't want to hear that song because it's ass. But bro got a way better catalog than he went out there, bro. Yeah. Shit was ass.
No money trees.
Like, no nothing, bro. Songs people voted on, he was like, fuck that. Let me take more shots at Drake.
Yeah,
Drake way in Australia, bro. Let it go, bro. You got 5 Grammys, bro. Bro made your career. He gave you the hottest song of your career, bro. Bro, write him a check, get it over with, bro. You'll never be this hot again. It's over with. Like, god damn, move on, bro. Play some shit. But he didn't. He didn't.
100%.
The song, the show was ass, Billy. And then, like, you got all these people that was in the show and they putting crowd noise on TV. People talking about, oh, that shit was live. Then you got people in the actual stadium playing it, and people just sitting in there like, and then you got y'all white people in there just like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Hey, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I don't want to see that shit, bro. Like, I don't want to see that, bro. That shit's ass, bro. His whole halftime show was by another dude, bro. Then in the song, he said, I hate the bitches you fuck, and you brought 2 of his exes that he fucked on stage. And everybody was like, y'all don't get that warfare. What the fuck are you talking about? You just said you hate the bitches he fucked. Now they right beside you. Bro. Like, the show was ass, bro. Everybody trying to say it was messages in that shit. Cool. All right, message us out, bro. Let's just get the messages across, bro. Let's see what. Since the Super Bowl, gas prices done went down. Goddamn, the immigrants, they ain't getting their ass deported no more. Fucking groceries going down. All that shit done changed. That happened, right? No, we just got an ass Super Bowl show, bro. So yeah, that's what it was, bro. You wasting my fucking Super Bowl, bro. I could have saw Wayne, goddamn it, in New Orleans, but I was just there. I was just there, bro.
Cam, I didn't take you as an anti-woke folk.
I
was gonna say, I think a lot of it too is a lot of YT people are like trying to pretend like they know what the message was also, and it's like,
I mean, Billy, y'all been doing it. I don't need white people. Y'all ain't never been on our fucking side, Billy. I don't give a fuck about you. Hey, Billy, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I don't need for no white validation, goddamn it. I want to see a good goddamn show, bro. Fuck that. I don't want what, hey, bro. Like, fuck trying to fit in or fit out, bro. I just want to be black and be entertained, goddamn it, bro. Like, goddamn. Let Wayne get on there, bring Juvenile out, and let me see some 99 to the 2000, goddamn it. Yeah. I just had to hear Not Like Us and see fucking Serena Williams, fake ass crip walking in a tennis skirt, and now she's going back home.
Hold on, you couldn't even remember 03 hits. How you gonna remember 99 to 2000 hits?
Bro, that's a classic. That's a classic.
That is a classic.
That's a classic. Come on, bro.
No, but I was also going to say, so at the Super Bowl, so I always have a Super Bowl party every year, and I
bet your living room was dry.
No, not necessarily. There was people who really, really enjoyed it.
Was your chicken seasoned?
We didn't make chicken. We did burgers and wings and dogs. It's a football game, Chris. Take it easy. Fuck, I'm gonna have chicken at a football game for it. Anyway,
you don't have chicken wings when you're watching football?
Oh, I guess wings. I did say wings, but no, it's seasoned. I'm a cook, man. But I was gonna say they were like freaking. They were like, "Oh, damn, he got Serena out there," and I was like, "What? Who cares?" It's like you ever had that girl that was like, "Well, your dick's small and you're a mama's boy," and it's like, you let me hit for months. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, who gives a fuck? Our Super Bowl party said it was horrible. Okay. No, but like I said, I think like Tonio said, I think a lot of people were trying to explain, and it was me and one other white guy and the 20 people that were over here. They were trying to explain to us what the message was, just in case we missed it and it went over our heads. So that was pretty fun. But like I said, I think that was the point, was trying to get white people to understand rap music, and I just was like, all right. I could name you 30 rappers I would have rather seen at the halftime show, but sure. That was it. Okay. Tonio, we're going to take it here. You ready?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Gentlemen, report to the baseline. To the baseline!
Well, Chris, Luka made his debut, and him and LeBron was smiling at each other. Him, LeBron, and Austin Reeves was having fun. And then your new player, he made his debut, and went something like this.
Get your money, man. Life goes on. Yes, I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it. Let it take you away and be hopeful, hopeful.
Oh, it couldn't happen to a nicer group of guys. Idiots. Hey, I'm not a Mavs fan, so I really don't give a shit about the injury. I want to talk more about what the fuck the new owner said. Did y'all see his stupid ass fucking quote?
No. What was the quote?
Oh my god! Y'all talk about this. Let me pull up the quote. I can't believe y'all ain't see that shit.
How was Luka's debut, Tonio?
So he's on a minutes restriction, but JJ Redick is a different breed of coach because his minutes restriction was 30 fucking minutes. His minutes restriction was 30 minutes. Yeah, JJ was like, yeah, you gonna fucking play out here. Like his minutes restriction was 30 minutes, bro. So and they was playing like Utah. So they was just out there having fun. But I think it's gonna be more fun than we think to watch them, bro. And I think they'll be pretty straight with the center they got, because all Luka like to do is go down there and throw him lobs anyway, and that's all Jackson Hayes like to do is catch lobs.
Yeah,
it ain't too many people just jumping with him. If they don't follow him, he'll dunk on you. So he looked productive. His first shot was a 3, so the crowd loved him. Yeah, he already connected with LeBron for a full court oop, so they're gonna have fun. Austin Reeves freed up to score more, so
yeah,
that's good. Rui Hachimura hitting way more corner threes.
What he should be doing.
Yeah, they signed Alex Lynn. I don't know. I still don't know why they don't go get little purple hair and Dwight Howard. Don't know why.
Alex Lynn could be okay. I think Alex Lynn could do something.
Maybe. But purple hair.
Is that the guy that used to play for Phoenix?
Yeah. He was like the 5th overall pick.
So,
from Maryland, I believe. OKC in 6. Y'all went and got Jeremy Lin.
So I think they'll be pretty straight. They tied for 3rd in the West right now. When nobody expecting that.
No.
So that'll be good.
OKC, LA in the Western Conference Finals, Cam?
And we know how much Luka owned OKC last year, so that's an easy win for the Lakers.
Damn, Cam, you gonna take that? No, I'm with it 100%. We had the kid's birthday party, so I didn't get to watch the game. I was so tired after that. It's funny, like you ever realize too, like when your kids are having fun and getting their energy drained, it's like your shit, even if you're just sitting there, also gets drained. I don't know if that's a weird thing, but that's from you. That's exactly what happened. But Tonio, what about the Jimmy Butler? I know we kind of covered it last week.
Did you want me to talk about that quote real quick?
Yeah, Chris. I didn't know if you had it pulled up or not. I was gonna keep going.
Yeah. So the Mavs new owner,
crazy,
Mr. Dumont said, if you look at the greats in the league, this is my bad. Let me start over. Quote: if you look at the greats in the league, the people you and I grew up with, Jordan, Bird, Kobe, Shaq, they worked really hard every day with a singular focus to win. First of all, Shaq never fucking worked hard. He came into the season fatter than Luka did. He once had a quote, "I got injured on company time. I'm gonna recover on company time." Something to that effect. You know, this is the guy that the new Mavericks owner is talking about. Well, yeah, we traded Luka because he didn't work hard like Shaq. Michael Jordan didn't give a fuck about winning the first 6 or 7 years in his career. He just wanted to score 35 a fucking game. It wasn't until Coach Phil Jackson came along and said, "Hey, Mike, you can score 30 and lose, or you can score 28 and win." He was like, "Cool, I'll go ahead and win 6 rings now. Sure, I'll be a team player these days." Larry Bird was notorious for drinking beers. Cheers, Larry. What a hard worker he was. And then Kobe, early in his career, was a fucking asshole that nobody could stand being around. And it wasn't until he developed his reputation a little bit after Shaq left and he became a genuine leader and led by example with that Mamba mentality shit. So these are all guys who, for a little bit of their career, weren't any of these things that this motherfucker said. Kobe was a hard worker. He wasn't a leader.
Until he retired. He was a dick till he retired to them people. You remember he told all them boys, Nick, Swaggy Peter, y'all sorry as hell. That was in like 2011.
No, that was on.
But he had the cachet to do it though. Is my point.
Yeah, that's not what that would be.
Yeah, that's funny as fuck.
So yeah, that's what the new Mavericks owner thought about our star player and how he compared to, you know, some of the all-timers in NBA history. And let's not forget, this is still a guy who's like 25, 26. Yeah. He's still in that youthful stage that he may not have reached his mental maturity yet. And I mean, fuck, as I said last week, even if he does wind up having a similar career trajectory to Shaq in terms of his work ethic and his weight, like, that's good enough to be a top 10 player all time and win, 4 rings?
Yeah.
You know, not a bad career, but sure, let's trade him for a 32-year-old guy that can't even complete a 48-minute game. Genius.
And he's out with Tonio, real fast. So Cam said, man didn't even bring up Dirk, and he gave them 20 years. That man is trying to save face for the dumbass move. 100%. Chris said last week that it's just a move, one more move to get to Vegas. Just trying to suck while you can.
So he got an abductor injury, and they saying they're gonna have a long, cautious rehab for him. So
of course they are.
He's gonna be out for the rest of the year, baby. And
yeah,
I was reading
is that what that means, Sonio?
Yeah. He's gonna be out for the year, and he might. I was reading into one of these articles. They was like, "Bruh, the way he got injured, it could be like career serious, like just depending."
Well, remember a long time ago, they were saying KD's foot, it'll never be the same. He'll never do anything. His foot's gonna be fucked up all the time. Yeah. And fucking 10 years ago, before Adrian Peterson, your ACL, that was pretty much all right. Well, you're useless now. Not useless as a human, but just as an athlete. Just to make that clear. And then that happened, and now ACLs are just okay.
I just want to say I used to think Jerry Jones was the worst owner in this Dallas sports market, but such other shitty owners have come along that that this shithead moved up and improved without actually doing anything.
That's crazy to say Jerry Jones is not the worst owner in your own Metroplex. That is a crazy fucking thing to say. I never thought it'd be said.
I guess I got to unveil a new saying.
Uh-oh.
I wish I could say rest in peace to the Dumonts.
Yeah, you want to take out a lineage?
All of them. Fuck them all.
What if the kid was like, don't fucking do this. This is stupid. And Chris is already like, nah, kill him.
I don't give a fuck. He ain't got enough sway. He's as Billy called him, useless. Just as an executive, not as a person.
There you go.
Might as well be.
Excuse me. Tonio, is that it? Do we miss something?
No, it's just the Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler say he like playing over there, and he like playing over there.
He got paid.
He did get $121 million.
He liked playing in Miami when he had a nice little contract, and then he hated it when Riley wouldn't give him more money. That's all it is.
Well, I don't think Riley would give him no help neither. That's kind of, you get Tyler Hero who could show up one game and then want to be a model the next night. So it's like, all right. And then Javier Jaquez is your second or your third best player.
Yeah.
You get Duncan Robinson, who's 6'7" and can shoot some nights, but can't dunk the ball ever. So the biggest liability on defense. So yeah, Bam Adebayo, he done because he in love with Asia. Nah, he just in love with Asia Wilson. So that's all with. I ain't mad.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not mad. Yeah,
I ain't mad.
No, that was
yeah, I wasn't saying that to be.
That was gonna be the only thing. Everybody's like, "Whoa, hold on, what's the problem?" Did you want to talk about KD's 30,000 points? Hats off to him. Great score. KD
30,000. Man, Cam's still in here, bro. Where's Shooter at, bro? Shooter said KD's no better than Paul Pierce. That might have been crazy.
I don't know about that. Paul Pierce was busy winning like 20 games before KG and Ray Allen showed up and saved his legacy.
Hey, that might have been the funniest shit I heard all week, dog.
Dude, that is so close. It's not even funny. That is the best I've ever heard.
Bro, that's almost
who said that stupid shit?
Chris, you're tripping. That's very accurate. That's a very accurate thing to say.
I don't know how that's accurate.
That's almost as funny as Paul Pierce saying he's better than D Wade.
Yeah.
And Jalen being like, who better than you?
Yeah.
Hey, Paul Pierce like to be on that drink sometimes though.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Shooter, bro. That's funny.
You don't have to tell me in the post show, Billy, how the fuck that makes sense that Paul Pierce and KD is anywhere close.
It don't.
I know that's why I don't want to waste showtime. That's why I say you're gonna have to tell me when the show over, because that sounds like some more bullshit to me.
I got it real quick, real fast. This is why they're the same. KD 2 championships. Paul Pierce 1. Playoff series played. Paul Pierce 14. Kevin Durant 13. All-Star games. KD 15. Paul Pierce 10. Finals MVP. KD 2. Paul Pierce 1. He scored better than him, but that's about it.
Paul Pierce was on teams that won like 25, 30 games before Kevin Garnett got there.
But again, what was the playoff series played? 14? How long was Kevin Garnett in Boston? 4 years?
14 playoff series. That was like all of KG's career in Boston.
No, it wasn't. KG was not in Boston that long.
Exactly. That's the fucking point.
What?
He wasn't in Boston that long, and Boston, I don't feel like, made the playoffs very often.
I just told you they made it fucking – Paul Pierce made the playoffs 14 times.
That don't sound right.
I'm looking at it right now. Kevin Durant's been in the playoffs 13 times. Take away the 2 with the Warriors. Okay, fine. Take away the 2 with the Warriors. KD's been there 11. Paul Pierce has been there 10 times. Take away the 4 seasons KG was in Boston. They're the fucking same. Billy must be drinking Blue Top. I don't know what Blue Top is, but I fucking wish I was drinking it, Cam.
No, you don't. That's Taka Vodka, bro.
Well,
that's that shit Carlton was drinking. And fucking...
Oh, the Popov? Oh, no. Cam, hold on. Slow down. Hold on.
Hey, hell nah, bruh.
You know what? Hey, we'll pick this one up. That is on me for carrying this out. We'll pick that up next show. I swear to God. But that was the baseline. Tonio, we're going to go into Travis Kelce retiring after this. It's up to you.
Gentlemen, Report to the baseline. To the baseline!
He need to get the fuck out of there. I'm sick of seeing Taylor Swift on TV, bro. I'm sick of seeing her.
You talking about Kelsey retiring?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really don't like how Jason Kelsey kind of shitted on the Eagles a little bit. But I know it's your brother, bro, but he played ass. Like, stop looking for reasons to make him better, bro. He was ass. He was ass for the season, for real, if you're being honest.
It was a good season by
He almost
tight
had
end
100
standards.
catches,
It was a
28.
bad season by Kelsey standards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you're talking about by his own standards, and sure, he played like ass, but in a vacuum, no, he had a good year.
Chris, stop. See, there you go with the excuses shit. Like, once you just said the same shit for Mahomes. When you the best at the position, you gotta be the best at the position, Chris. Now you can't.
No, that's what I'm saying. You gotta. No,
you know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right. So for the best tight end,
the viewers
okay,
might
my
not.
fault. For the best tight end in the league, you need to be the best fucking tight end in the league. All right, and he wasn't, and it's probably because he looked like a state trooper now. And that's why he needed to do something. But he looked a step slow. Billy reminds me of a tight end that dropped the pass a week or two ago for y'all.
Why'd you just bring it up?
My fault.
For the record, this is the lowest receiving yards of his career since his first year that he was drafted, which he only played one game. Lowest receiving yards of his career where he's played at least 10 games. And lowest touchdown total too. But he did have 97 catches. So by any other tight end standards, he had a solid year. But yeah, by Travis Kelce standards, it might be about time to wrap it up.
Nah, he'll come back around next year. Is that Kelsey, Cam? Because I feel like if they won the Super Bowl, yes, he retires. But I wonder if he's going to stick around and try to win one more. But then again, what if he does this for one more year just to lose another Super Bowl or not even make it to a Super Bowl again?
Dude, we know we've all been watching sports, and I'm sure everybody that listens to this show can attest to this. Anytime a player says, or they don't even have to say it, anytime that we think a player is done or they're in decline, and they're like, we want to come back one more year just to, so we can go out on a high note. Like, bro, you're declining. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Maybe that ain't their thing. His brother didn't. His brother had. They lost in the Super Bowl, but his brother was best center in the league that year.
Yeah.
By far. And he was just like, it's over with. I'm going to go punch people for following me around with their phones.
well, no. Jason retired after they lost in the playoffs to the Packers. I believe it was the Packers, right?
He retired before last year started.
This
was his first year without him.
He retired after they lost the Super Bowl.
No, he didn't. He played last year.
Oh, they were in the Super Bowl like 4 years ago.
No, they were in the Super Bowl
4 years ago.
The year before, the season before last, they were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was the Eagles, Chiefs, and then 49ers, Chiefs, and then.
Oh yeah,
Eagles,
that's right.
Yeah.
But he retired last year.
Did he play? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Were we not talking about that new center shit last year, Billy?
We were talking about it at the start of this season that just ended.
Yeah.
Because remember their tush pushes at the start of the season wasn't working.
Yeah, they were fumbling. They were fumbling them out. Yeah, for sure. I don't know, Chris. What is Andy Reid doing? That's the nucleus.
I don't think Andy's going anywhere. I'm pretty sure he just signed a new contract like last year or some shit. And he still got Mahomes, even with the shitty game that he had. Like, you don't retire if you got even if you think this game is like evident of what he is now. Like, he's at the very worst a top 3 player in the league, up there with Allen and Lamar. Talking about Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes. Oh yeah, Pat Mahomes still, like, I don't care how much I don't like him. Pat Mahomes still up there. But all right, let's say they do come back. They're gonna have the 31st pick. what offensive lineman you getting at the 31st pick to make that change?
I think if you're Kansas City, you got your pick of free agents. I don't think the draft is necessarily where
Trent Williams, I'm pretty sure going to be a free agent. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Who else they got to pay? Because they need him. Hey, bro, are they just going to lean on Xavier Worthy next year?
I mean, I think Kelsey's going to have to take a pay cut, or he won't be on that roster. I don't think at this point his production warrants his salary.
No one's writing that off after one bad game.
Listen. No. He just said Pat Mahomes. All three of us just said you can't write Pat Mahomes off.
I even said at the very worst, he's top 3. I say even if you wanted to write him off, come on,
fucking
man.
blue top down.
Listen a little bit more, man. Come on now.
God damn.
There you go.
Come in there, motherfucker, late, and then he just drunk. That's crazy. But I don't know, Billy.
Antonio, we've seen it.
Trent Williams looking for the bag, though, right?
I don't know if you go to the Chiefs to look for the bag. I don't think that's the mantra. Because Mahomes, when he signed that contract, he was the highest paid guy, and we were looking at that contract like it's crazy. Mahomes is the 9th highest paid quarterback behind Kirk fucking Cousins, which is
Trent ain't won a ring yet, has he?
Who?
Trent. He ain't got a ring yet, has he? Because he was Washington and then the 49. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's at the end of his career, which is generally when players ring chase is when their career is winding down.
Yeah, but you got to see the mentality of these players now. Like, hey, am I bag chasing or am I ring chasing? Because he could get either one. You got the top certain caliber players can get either one. I can go get the bag.
It depends what he wants, really. But I think most players, when they've already made the bag and he's been the top tackle in the league for pretty much most of the last decade, he's probably got the bag now. I think at this point, when he's only got 2, maybe 3 years left in his career max, like now's the time to get a chip because that's going to be on your legacy forever.
No, 100%. It's like the opposite of Tyreek Hill, where now Tyreek's just like bag. Got 2.
Speaking of which, he did talk about he wanted to be traded earlier in the as soon as their season ended, pretty much.
He recanted his statement. He came back.
I'm sure he did after the coach told him, like, hey, man, you got to shut the fuck up. You're under contract. I'll sit your punk ass.
And he apologized to Little Scrambled Eggs.
Tua, stop.
Yeah, Tua. My fault.
But Antonio, we've seen this happen to the Chiefs before. Go to a Super Bowl, get blown out. They needed to fix that offensive line, and they did it in one offseason.
Yeah, Billy, but Chris, real quick while we talking, Chris, what free agent linemen are there out there other than Trent? Billy, but yeah, like availability, and then it's other teams that want to compete too. Like, so it ain't just that, because these teams still getting better. Like the AFC ain't getting worse. Like these teams getting better.
Don't remind me.
Because there's a lot of possibilities, and we ain't talked about it yet, but we can talk about it while we're waiting on Chris. Look, Aaron Rodgers just got the boot.
Yes,
Zach Martin might be a free agent. He's listed as a free agent on here.
See,
Cam Robinson, Brandon Scherf.
Has he played a whole regular season in the last couple of years?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought he was.
Ronnie Stanley's listed as a free agent. Tyron Smith will be back on the market. Kevin Zeitler.
We're gonna re-sign Ronnie Stanley. That's all right.
Jedrick Willis.
The Browns are gonna let go of Willis? No fucking way.
I'm just listing you the guys that are going to be available.
Oh, okay. Or that are projected to be available.
Mekhi Becton's an unrestricted free agent, according to Spotrac.
Yeah, because the Eagles only took him on that 1-year deal. Yep, I can see that.
I think they probably signed him.
Not Mekhi. I think the Eagles just build back through the draft and they let go of those free agents.
You think what lineman you think gonna be at 32nd?
I don't know. Jordan Mailata, the at least top 4 left tackles in the league, they got him as an undrafted rookie. So,
dude, I'm not gonna question anything the Eagles and Howie Roseman do in the draft. They hit fucking home run after home run like they're Barry Bonds in the early 2000s.
Yeah, they did last year. They did.
I'm not even gonna question. If they pick a player, I'm just gonna pencil them in for a Pro Bowl, all pro, all of it.
Yeah,
they got a whole Georgia defensive line. That shit is insane to me.
No, and I'll never forget too. I really liked the Sirianni hire while everybody hated it, but I was like, Carson Wentz almost won MVP. Why are you guys drafting Jalen Hurts? And then obviously, look, So yeah, so I was
Brought him in 2 Super Bowls in 4 years, bro.
yeah.
Hey, bro, in 2 Super Bowls in 4 years, goddamn.
But Antonio, like you said too, if we're talking draft and we're talking Aaron Rodgers out of New York, does that hurt?
That changes a lot of shit, Billy. I don't care as much shit as I talk about it. That's Cam's second favorite quarterback behind Brett Favre because for some reason he liked the Packers.
Even with Brett Favre doing all that shit to Mississippi, isn't he? Cam, aren't you from Mississippi?
Cam don't give a fuck about nobody but Cam, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
respect though.
Yeah, I ain't mad at him. That'll change. It's somebody out there that'll be like, you know what? I ain't going to get now one of these quarterbacks. I'm going to get Aaron Rodgers for vet minimum. Because if you get booted from a team like the Jets, dog, you at a vet minimum.
That's bad. That's fucking bad. But allegedly, Antonio, the thing was that Aaron Glenn said you're not going to do Pat McAfee's show, and Aaron Rodgers like, yeah, fuck that. I'll do whatever I want. Are you okay with that or not?
All right, okay with him doing what?
Being on Pat's show?
Yeah.
I mean, bro, these they still people, bro. What are him doing Pat McAfee show got to do with him playing football?
I think it's just a matter of wanting to build a culture. Like, you don't want people talking to outside people and saying shit that you don't approve. Like, put it like this. You're a Patriots fan, obviously. Would Bill Belichick be cool with Tom Brady going on a podcast in the middle of the week, just having a casual conversation about what the fuck was going on?
Yeah, but
Bill would have said, hey, if you're going to do this shit, here's you a fucking script. This is all the fuck you talk about, or your ass is going to be benched next week.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, what about Micah Parsons' podcast?
That's what I'm saying. Y'all do that shit. If Jerry Jones,
Antonio, that's what I'm saying. That's a bad.
Yeah, it's terrible. But shit, it's the Jets. Hey, the Cowboys ass. But what's worse than the Jets culture, dog?
But that's what
Jaguars.
What is.
Exactly, Cam.
Cam. Here's the answer though.
Hey,
we were saying
the
same thing.
The Jets ain't had no culture since Joe Namath wore the goddamn coat.
They had a culture with Rex Ryan. Come on now.
Okay,
all right. And Antonio, what did we just say? The Lions 4 years ago, were we thinking, oh, the Lions are going to be fucking the shit in a couple years? And what do? They turn the culture around. And I think Aaron Glenn, depending on how the owner is going to be with it, I think Aaron Glenn is the dude to fucking make that shit happen in New York.
Aaron Glenn's got 3 years. If he don't make it to the second round of the playoffs within the next 3 years, he'll be fired just like every other Jets coach.
Yeah, Rex Ryan had one bad year after 2 straight AFC title games, and they're like, nah, you're not it.
That's
like,
Woody Johnson.
No, but that's why I said I did have the caveat of the owner if he lets him try. But Rex had that weird foot thing, right? Or was that Brett Favre too, Cam?
Who gives a fuck if my head coach has a foot fetish? He can suck on all the fucking toes he wants. I'm in the championship game.
Chris,
I don't give a fuck.
Just shit about that. But Chris, like you said, is Micah gonna go out with that? Is Jerry gonna let him go? We're talking about culture.
I mean, this is so. I don't even know where the fuck to start with this. I think in general, and I've believed this for a decent amount of time now, but Philly kind of just proved it. I think the way to win in the NFL is to be strong on the lines on both sides because you got to protect your quarterback and you got to get the opponent's quarterback. I mean, I mentioned in the group chat about having the little back and forth with whoever that was last year about whether a DB or a D lineman is more important. Specifically talking about Chris Jones, and I think it was Snead was with the Chiefs, was the top corner in the league last year, went to Tennessee, I think it was, or
yep,
I don't know where the fuck he went because he's been a ghost since he left KC because
for a third
you know his other team don't have Chris Jones anymore. But anyway, that's besides the point. I was right, not to toot my own horn. Ideally, you would want to keep Micah, but I think the problem is you made Dak Prescott the highest paid player in NFL history, and then you also signed CD to a fucking crazy contract. And just simple team building, you can't have 3 guys being the highest paid player at their position. Like it's untenable. You can't build a roster like that. And when the Cowboys have as many holes on their entire roster that they do,
Yeah.
Like you can't become more top heavy. You got to flesh out that roster because even say you do pay Micah Parsons, he's the only fucking player on the defense that's worth paying any attention to. I'll just block him with 3 guys because the other 3 guys you got on the line ain't gonna win a 1-on-1 anyway.
So
what the
what
fuck's the
about
point?
Dexter Lawrence? Right? Is he or not Dexter Lawrence?
DeMarcus Lawrence.
DeMarcus Lawrence. Thank you.
I mean, he's solid, but he's
10?
old at this
Didn't
point.
you guys pay him?
He got paid like $20 million a year a couple years ago.
Okay, so that's not.
Yeah, he's 32. Like,
yeah, so y'all don't have no kind of cap space to do shit.
No, Dak Prescott's
Prescott's
going to be almost $100 million cap hit this upcoming year.
Jeez.
Highest cap hit in NFL history.
Woo. Y'all gotta let Micah go. He gonna end up in Philadelphia though, and that's gonna be even worse.
Philly's just taking the NFC East best.
Oh, DeMarcus Lawrence is he's actually not under contract for this upcoming year because it's a void year. So he's an unrestricted free agent coming up. So he won't even be there because he'll be 33. I don't think Jerry will re-sign him.
Shit, I don't think he can afford to re-sign.
I mean, he can't because he don't know how to fucking build a team. He kicks the can down the road, and that's why Dak Prescott is going to be $89,896,666 cap hit this upcoming year.
Jesus Christ.
And he's going to throw 17 touchdowns.
He's accounting for 32.69% of the cap. I mean, you can't pay Micah at this point. Like, if you're going to pay all these guys top of the market contracts, you have to get minimum contracts throughout the rest of the roster. And as good and as young as Micah is, like, he would probably bring back at least one first, probably a first and a third, maybe.
Yeah.
Would you rather have an old ass Aaron Rodgers and give up nothing, or give up Micah Parsons to get something?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers isn't going to come anyway because I just talked about how we got a $90 million cap hit quarterback.
If you're the Browns or the Raiders, you got the cap to do whatever you want. But you got to give up.
If I'm the Raiders, I would. I don't know because I feel like wherever Aaron Rodgers goes, he's going to want to bring Devontae Adams with him, and I don't think Devontae is going back to Vegas. So I don't think he'll end up with the Raiders. And I don't know, with how Brady did his entire career, I don't know if he would necessarily want A-Rod as his quarterback. I think the more likely landing spot for Rodgers is going to be Pittsburgh because it seems like him and Tomlin have always had a respect for each other.
He's on the Pat McAfee show with all the Yinzers up there.
Yeah.
I think Tennessee going to take a run at him.
You get Travis Hunter and Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
That might not be that bad.
Hey, alleviate trying to figure out why Will Levis throwing at Travis Hunter feet. I thought this dude was
Is that what you're saying, Tony?
Yeah, I thought this dude was the number one pick. Yeah, why are you supposed to contort his body to the ground and still get yards?
It'd be all the prime.
What team
Look, he sucks. Can't catch the ball. On the ground. What is he supposed to do?
Like, if we just take the Tennessee team, for example, I think them getting Aaron Rodgers would impact winning more than them trading for Micah.
For sure.
But I don't.
But if you get,
I mean, it's going to be a team by team situation as far as I think what would that team rather do.
No,
like in a blanket or not in a blanket, in a vacuum, I think you would want Micah Parsons because he's one of the. I don't know. Maybe it's just my jadedness, but I don't want to necessarily call him one of the premier pass rushers of the league because it seemed like
Micah is
he's a front runner,
3-4 linebacker, outside linebacker, bro. So you can put him on majority of the defenses in the league. So you can get a lot for him anywhere. It's just is his pride gonna let him get rid of one of them players to get better? Or is he going to try to
No, I'm sure Jerry's going to sign him to a top-of-the-market contract, kick the can down the road. Dak Prescott will be $140 million cap hit next year, and then, we'll be like the Saints are in a couple of years, or we just have 5 straight years where we're $80 million over the cap and don't have anybody under contract. And then Jerry's just gonna be like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna be dead when this bill comes due anyway. So fuck y'all can deal with it." That's what it's gonna be. So Micah probably ain't going nowhere.
That's funny as well.
I mean, do you disagree? That's what the fuck it seems like he's been doing.
I mean, I don't. I don't. But if he's smart, bro, what team y'all get the most from, Chris? That's the bigger question.
I don't know. With how Jerry likes to make trades, trading like a 4th-round draft pick for a receiver that don't get no snaps, trading a 4th-round draft pick for a quarterback that nobody in the fucking league wanted that can't play worth the fuck. I don't know. We'll probably trade Micah for like a 2nd and a 4th to whoever the fuck wants to take him and pay him.
Do you think Jerry would make a trade to the Eagles?
No.
Oh no, hell no.
What about
Jerry Jones? He ain't gonna do that fucking the Giants shit where they let him go to fucking Philly. Jerry would have figured something out. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think the Eagles will trade for him anyway because they don't have a need for a linebacker who can rush the passer.
Nah,
they can get to the quarterback with just their linemen.
Yeah, that shit's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy too.
What you love, Cam? So it's somebody in the AFC. Billy, who in the AFC getting old, long in the tooth, need a defensive line, keep them competitive? The Bills.
Oh, hold on. Before you go to cover that, like Myles Garrett also requested a trade. If you're on the trade market, which of those 2 players would you rather trade for?
Myles Garrett.
I'd probably take Myles Garrett if I'm being completely honest.
100% Myles Garrett, but he already said the 2 teams he want to end up at. Or he hinted towards the 2 teams, San Fran or Philly.
Neither one of those teams need him. That ain't happening.
I could see Philly not Philly, excuse me. I could see San Francisco, depending on what their draft capital looks like, if they got to pay Purdy or not. What deal am I getting with Myles Garrett? Am I getting a 1-year deal?
They're gonna have it's definitely 1 year. And I
think his contract about 2 more years? Because he just decided. Chris, you want to look that up real quick?
It's definitely time to pay Purdy, ain't it?
Because if I'm Baltimore, I'm 100%. I'll trade our 1st-round pick and probably next year's 1st-round pick if Emeka Egbuka is not available at 28 or whatever we have.
Yeah, Garrett's got 2 years left in his contract.
For Myles Garrett, 100%. We need a pass rusher.
I ain't mad at that. I think the Bills. I think the Bills do the same shit. Von Miller, old as fuck.
I can see that, but I wonder though with the Bills, you're getting an old. You already have an older guy with Myles Garrett. You got 2 years, and you hope you can get it because the Bills need another receiver.
Garrett would probably be cheaper too, though. Like that's the other thing. Like I think Garrett's going to be better now. And he's also going to be cheaper because he's on the other side of 30. Like Micah's 26?
But with Micah, if I don't have to give up anything except money, I want
dude, he'll get franchise tag before Jerry lets him walk for nothing. He's too talented for Jerry just to let him go.
Yeah, I could see too. I know that it's kind of funny, depending on how the Kirk Cousins things works out. I could really see him in Atlanta.
Micah?
No, Myles Garrett. They already have a quarterback. Their receiving group is good. The defense isn't that bad. If they had some kind of pass rush, that's where
we thought they were going to take a pass rusher last year.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what if you have a quarterback already that you think is going to be good, if you can get rid of that Cousins contract, even with Kirk Cousins,
nobody's taking that Cousins contract. Nobody's taking on that Cousins deal. No way.
Keep in mind though, they were only 1 game away from winning the NFC South. Now you could say that it's weak, but you throw Myles Garrett in there, you're winning that division.
Yeah, easily.
I was going to say, Tony.
Does DK get out of Seattle this year?
No, I don't think so. Is it me or does like DK seems a little more loyal than most people. You don't hear about him bitching. He just does his thing. But I guess you could say that about Myles Garrett too. He just did his thing for fucking Cleveland.
He's from Mississippi, Billy. I've been doing this show with you for like 200 episodes, bro. I ain't went nowhere. ESPN called a couple times. I was like, nah, I'm gonna break shot.
He said, "That's right." I would be so pissed if you turned down an ESPN deal for yourself. I don't give a shit. I know him. That's every little clip. But no. So that's actually. I think with the way the draft's going to pan out, and we're obviously going to talk draft next week too. But I think if you're looking for a pass rusher for your draft, why not give up whatever pick that is and go ahead and get Myles Garrett for 2 years, depending on where you're at. Like I said, Atlanta is probably a great spot, especially if you're Cleveland. You have the fourth pick and Cleveland's pick, or excuse me, Cleveland would give you. Then Atlanta's first round pick would give you, another top 20 pick. Go get you another receiver. Go get you a quarterback. Yeah, your pass rushing kind of went down. Get another pass rusher in the third round. Max Crosby went in the second. They can find somebody.
Cleveland's a disaster.
Is Cleveland in a worse spot than Tennessee?
Yeah, Tennessee's not paying guaranteed money to a serial take advantage of massage therapist or
alleged. He was never proven guilty, Chris. Because if you get a rookie quarterback, who gives a fuck what you're paid to Deshaun Watson? Because you're paying a rookie quarterback nothing. So that's out the door. That doesn't mean anything.
Watson only has 2 years left on his deal, so yeah.
Yeah, but both are still guaranteed, and they're like $70 million cap hits if they cut them.
Yeah, 72.9 for these 2 upcoming years.
Good Lord. That's still – what's crazy is Dak is still higher than that. In all of
2027, he won't even be on the team, and he'll be taking up 27 mil of the cap. So yeah, I would say Cleveland's in a much worse spot than Tennessee because they're not. Is Tennessee paying anybody big money?
Snead has a good deal. Tony Pollard's deal is not bad. No, but was Tennessee close to the playoffs last year?
Tennessee only has 11.5 of dead cap as well. Calvin Ridley's making way too much money.
The Browns being a dumpster fire. The Browns were in the playoffs last year. Literally last year with this shitty Deshaun Watson contract.
Well, yeah, they had Joe Flacco on a veteran minimum.
And what did I just say? Get a rookie. If they got a fucking Jaden Daniels, who the fuck cares what they're fucking?
No, you're asking who's in a worse situation. Like both teams need quarterbacks, so we're accounting for that. Like both teams would have to find somebody to play that position, or this is an irrelevant conversation.
And that's what I'm saying.
I'm making
If the Browns found a quarterback and made the playoffs 1 year ago, I think they're in a way better position. All you do is get a quarterback. Bada boom.
Your best player once out, Amari Cooper, you've already traded. Who the fuck else do they have on that team? Like their roster has become a joke. Their quarterback situation is a joke. They're paying guaranteed money for the next 3 years to a quarterback who's injured and can't play anymore and is only on the roster for the next 2 years. Rumors are that nobody in the locker room can stand this fucking guy. And in Tennessee, you're paying Calvin Ridley too much money.
Oh, Calvin Ridley, that's the other contract. Yep.
You got L'Jarius Sneed. You got a solid corner. Awuzi's your other corner. Like, secondary-wise, you're decent enough. Pollard's not making a ton of money. He's a respectable running back.
Okay.
Like, both teams need quarterbacks, but you're not going to be paying Will Levis. You only got
I would-
11 million of dead cap space. Like you
I
got
would pay
plenty of
Will
cap
Levis
space
to
make
stay out of the
moves.
stadium.
Yeah. What a great
Cleveland ain't
mayonnaise
got money to
commercial. I
make
always got to
moves.
say it, dude. He has a great mayonnaise. I don't like mayonnaise, but it's a great commercial. But Tonio, I'm gonna hit trivia next week because we went a little longer on that one than I thought. We can do that trivia next week, and then on the after show, I'll tell you guys why KD is similar to Paul Pierce. But Tonio, you got anything for the fans? I appreciate. I know we got two guys listening in. It's probably Cam and somebody else. We do appreciate you guys listening. Tonio, you got anything to say?
No, not for real. It was a good show. Yeah, it was just a good show.
100%.
Yeah, it was a
We
nice
appreciate you
show.
guys. Thanks, man.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Brick Shots with Billy Antonio.
Fit them old bricks. Ballin' like a with all these bricks.